Oh yeah, we back on. Look at that. We back on. It hit us like that. Let me see.
The Android back on.
We back on the line. We back on the map. There we go. Instantly. ASAP. ASAP. We back on now. Back online. The big Android. The wide body Android. We back online.
Yeah, man.
That's that quick. That's what we do, man. It's 43 North.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it going, man. I ain't gonna let us just sit up here with no dead air, man.
Oh no, man. We gotta keep it going.
I'll start saying my ABCs before we
can
go.
start now. This is the part that I wanted to really chop into, because for one, not only this is the entertainment aspect, you have two powerhouse DJs. You have two. You have a veteran DJ that's been up here for a while, but you have an interesting story with this DJ, and I'm gonna chime in on that a little bit more. But you have two DJs, pretty much who controls the nightlife. So it's a lot of questions I know the viewers have. It's a lot of questions that I have as far as how do we control the nightlife? What can we do to make it better? What do you think about the shows that's been going on here? I mean, it's just so many key components that we can talk about just from these two powerhouse DJs that's in the building right now. But the one thing that I'm gonna touch on real quick, and then y'all can just flow with it and kind of go bounce back and forth. DJ Hammer. We know DJ Trill Will's story. We know how he's been around, how he's from the artist, how he's monetized a lot of his work and put a lot of his time in and do a lot of different things. On your end, what are some of your views, some of the things that you want to accomplish as a DJ now that you're in it? Because I know your story is very interesting. You know, you started off with us with doing like the security, you climbed your way up the ladder, became like a manager of some sort, and was running, doing amazing things, holding down different jobs. But then one day you just said, you know what? I'm looking at this shit, man, like, we need some different type of music. And you stood on it. You stood on it to the point where as you started going live, you were showing people that you was mixing, you found your mixing board, and then you called yourself the Hood DJ. Like the Hood DJ in Green Bay, Wisconsin. You said, I'm the Hood DJ. Because you knew what the people wanted. You was listening when we was doing all our stuff, trying to maintain everything, trying to keep everything afloat, build a platform for the artists to stand on. You was thinking about the key component of the type of music we really wanted, and it worked. So a lot of that stuff, man, plays a factor into like what we're trying to do with the radio station. It's a need. It's a need within the community. So just to touch on a few things, what made you actually really, I know I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but what made you really really get out here and become a DJ?
Man, it's just, a lot of people don't know, like my daddy been a DJ for years in Milwaukee. So I've been always growing up, had to carry this equipment, and you know what I'm saying, it's always saying, my daddy legally blind, you know what I'm saying, blind. You know what I'm saying, he still did his thing, you know what I'm saying, I always watched him. Same thing, I had an older sister, she got into DJing, she DJing still.
Shout out to Tiffany though. I know her, I've been knowing her for a while.
Yeah, that's like my, you know what I'm saying, who I look up to, you know what I'm saying? So she motivated me, you know what I'm saying, give me little tips and pointers and stuff like that. So, and then I just, like you said, like I just seen the nightlife, like not like saying like other DJs, you know what I'm saying? But like, it's like man, like I know I got that eye to keep that crowd to know what to play and to make people feel that, you know what I'm saying, that night or whatever. So
because you was fresh on the scene, you know, and a lot of other DJs, like Trill except had their own thumbprint that they stood with already. So it was kind of like what worked for them, you know, it was just something different. So you wanted to be different from a lot of other DJs, and that's what you came up with, which I thought was an amazing idea because I watched the development. But just say, for instance, hypothetically, we start a radio station, and we call DJ Hammer like, hey, and we want you to be a part of this. We got this radio station, we got these ideas. What do you think you can actually bring to the table as far as radio station?
Man, just many different just ideas, and that's actually what I wanted to do too. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Cause you gotta, man, like sometimes like your phone did, or
right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Something going on.
The question that we have, like, what is your favorite DJ experience? Where was you in DJing right now to this point thus far? Where have been your best DJ experience and your best time? And I don't say the event that we did, no. But
honestly, my best event I gotta say would be the Bay Bar Lounge every Friday night.
Shout that out, dude.
Bay Bar Lounge. Shout out to the Bay Bar Lounge.
big bar
I'm not even
lounge.
gonna lie, cause I feel comfortable, like that's my home, you know what I'm saying? Like I can play that old school, you know what I'm saying, backyard, you know what I'm saying, barbecue music, you know what I'm saying, where as to, you know what I'm saying, shout out to the Tarleton too, you know what I'm saying, as to
Hey,
Tarleton,
I got a
I
question.
can't do that there.
I got questions.
You gotta be on your
I got a question. Since we said you put it out there, this past weekend you had the opportunity to actually go over there and DJ. How did that go? Honestly.
But you know that's not his first time over there.
No, I know that's not his first time. I'm just
Since
saying.
the reopening.
Since the reopening. He was one of the DJs of the reopening.
And if you don't get that reopening quote up out of here, bro, like, stop this show. You say reopening.
You can't reopen something that's been there
Come
for
on, man.
15
You
years.
can't reopen that, bro. Like, listen.
You can't reopen
Listen,
something.
man. Look, no disrespect to nobody. Listen, hold on, man. No disrespect to nobody at the Charleston, but man, not only do y'all steal ideas, y'all don't do nothing original. Like, I feel so bad.
Listen,
Hold on.
No,
You know I got bad. Come on, man. You know I got bad blood with everybody over there. So I'm not hearing none of that.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna be straight up and down.
Go for it then.
Come on, man.
I'm with you now.
You talk, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of culture vultures here out here. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And I hate to say it, it's the owners of these clubs. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it. I hate to say it. Listen, they don't like hip hop, but as soon as it's a hip hop event, they want to host it so they can get paid for it.
Nah, like
Not going.
Not going. Some of them be under the Mayonnaise Act, man.
Oh yeah, a lot of them be under the Mayonnaise Act.
A lot of them, white supremacy is live and
Come
kicking
on,
in.
man. They go right home and put their sheets in their helmets on. We already know how that goes.
The thing about it, look, see, Hammer knew we was gonna get him up here. We was gonna ask some tough questions. You should have known that we was gonna ask the questions about. But no disrespect to nobody over there, man. But you got a place that's been there for almost 20 years doing entertainment. You cannot reopen something.
I'm just gonna say this.
But my thing is like this, and this is what I said, and this is what I recommend to a lot of them, and it didn't happen. Why not use that goddamn screen that you got in there? People come in there and see that goddamn projection screen and people dancing on it.
And I'll just say one thing. The only event that I DJ'd over there where somebody like effectively used the screen was YD.
Well, yeah, he did with his video.
It was YD. Everybody else.
That was. I mean, if they was collectively together, the Scope Boys, if they was collective, that would have been a nice turnout because he did utilize the screen. I've been saying, utilize that damn screen. They put the visualizations up there. That's why we doing what we doing because the visuals is there. They see us. We doing stuff. We moving around. You have to put that visual. And it's like a lot of people think I'm a bull. I'm a bull because I know what this town has set. I know what this town wants. You know what this town wants. You know what this town wants. Tommy knows what this town wants. You know, and needs at the same time. A lot of people think they know what this town needs. A lot of these bar owners don't know nothing.
Man,
The Tarleton owners don't know goddamn shit. And I shout out to Mark over there because he's the only one that knows what's going on over there, man.
I was about to say that's the only one I ain't got an issue with.
Right, Mark is the only one. I don't know what's going on with this other guy or what he think he's trying to do or what's going on with his little whatever shit.
Listen, man, it's too many Chiefs and not enough Indians over there.
Boss.
Everybody want to be the boss and don't nobody want to be the worker. Somebody got to be a janitor too, goddamn.
And we grab a bucket quick. Y'all see me, we was on our live with buckets. We ain't all gotta be the boss. We be the boss at certain times.
Listen, man.
You know what I mean? But
look, if it's a job that need to be done, whether I'm a boss or not, I'm gonna knock that job out.
Exactly.
Like yesterday, you seen me with a hold my bucket and push broom, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get to see me in that light, but just let you know that's just how it goes, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
all right. So here's the question.
Here's the question.
Okay. Do we think what Nick Barnett did at the Tarleton can ever be duplicated again? Hell no.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why.
No.
As far as numbers, hell no.
No.
I'm gonna tell you that right now. Hell no.
I was right up under that. I was right up under that.
I'm about to say
up under that development. When we was at the Nick Barnett had that motherfucker open. We was open, goddamn it, Tuesday to Sunday. Literally, Monday was the only day it was closed.
Facts.
And we played chess and dominoes on Tuesday. We Wednesday was just
open in the window.
Dubs, she was up in the front. It was just like a little part over in the front. Thursday was ladies' night. We had the bitch. Oh, it was rocking. Friday, of course, did numbers. Saturday, of course, did even bigger numbers. And Sunday was the game. So it was just like You didn't have, can't nobody duplicate that there. Even with the West Picture Show, when Nick Barnett came and he did that motherfucker all red, and all the people, everybody that's here that's older know what I'm talking about, because it was like, it was an epic place, to the point where they messed with that man so hard, he just shut it down and sold it. Because it was a club that was calling all people. You have Rick Ross that came up here. A lot of people, when he first came out, he was in there with Al Harris. A lot of people didn't even know who he really was, but it was generating so many big people from other places that it was like, no, we can't have these big rich people coming here that's of this color, because they're gonna figure out, hey, we're vulnerable here, you can buy a lot of stuff here and be all that you can be here. So it's like, to have that remade again, I don't think it ever happened, because we were consistent every day. It's not a club here. And 912 is trying. It's not a club here that can go from Tuesday to Sunday. I don't think ever. Can I go from Tuesday to Sunday and make a huge profit?
Jose, I just want to chime in before I ask Ham a few questions, but I'm going to tell you why our nightlife ain't what it is, though. Because we don't honestly have a real official club.
Yep.
Everything is bar. Everything is bar.
Yeah.
Everything is either an old bar or just some space cleared out. You know what
we
I'm
don't
saying?
have the ownership.
It's not even that. We don't, no, bro. It's more than that. It's more than ownership, boss. It's more than ownership.
Because I'm going to tell you, the only time it ever got done is when Nick owned the club. That's why I said we don't have ownership.
But again, though, Nick is a multi-million-dollar nigga. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the time he bought the club, he
No,
was.
but it took him to want to dedicate his time to this.
Right.
We ain't got nobody dedicating time to it. We got people planning by event. They want to say, Saturday we doing this. We don't got nobody saying, Saturday we doing this, but they're Saturday morning blowing the balloons up, wiping the windows down, getting prepared for Saturday. We got people hosting these events and not doing the proper preparation for these events. Nick was, like he said, they was in there playing dominoes.
Yeah.
They were making the environment friendly.
Right.
You make the environment friendly, you get the
that.
people. Where I come from, they had social centers and like smoking little huts.
Right.
In Milwaukee, they got a bunch of, they call it social club.
Right.
Where people could come in and shoot pool and just kick the stuff and learn about who the postman is or who delivers to these people units. And that's what we trying to create at 43, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's basically
And
what
Nick
it
did
is.
it. Nick had a
Nick
chance
did
to
it.
do it.
Nick did it. He did it. And that's why I say the key thing right now is ownership, because that's why we going bouncing around club to club. We done went to Riverside Ballroom. It's not owned by no minority. It's not owned by none of us. We went to Confetti's. That was the problem I was having, because I was running into the owners, and we was getting, only one that was ever cool, shout out to Ken at the Riverside Ballroom, never gave us a problem, man. I'll be honest with you. It's just that place was so freaking big, trying to pack it out and getting a lot of people to come, and then it started saturating down because we was bringing the same people doing the same stuff, which was fast. Went over to Confetti's. Of course, Dan Hicks is the Dan Hicks, you know, so hence the name. So it's just like, he's who he is. You can't change that. You know,
Hey, that's funny, dude.
He's just stuck his
He
way.
is what he is.
You know, I mean,
use
it's the name, you know, but it's just like, you can't change the owners that we have with these so-called nightclubs right now. And that's the problem that we have. They have created control over the nightclubs. They can say, no, we don't want to do this. I guaranteed you, if Kyrie owned the Tarleton, it would have been much better. I'll be honest with you with that. It would have been a better shot at it, because he would have creative control. He knows really what to do up there, but you have somebody that's stopping you at some point from doing something. Because like I say, why the projection screen wasn't on? You know, if you know, a lot, and I'm playing with him, and I know the type of big head Martian motherfucker he is. He's gonna go through everything 3-4 times. He's gonna go through whatever he possibly can at least 3-4 times. That's what he did with the Riverside Ballroom. A lot of those life parties, the way that it looked, was because of him. I got out of his way and gave him creative control, and he did what he did. He made that place immaculate. Put a screen in there. Put a big projection screen in there. That would have been the best place. We did some of the elegant parties in that place with that boy. So I know he's know what he's doing. But at some point, you got somebody saying, no, you can't do that. Nope, you can't do that. Nope, you can't. And that's the problem. We don't own shit. So that's why we really, really, really have to pull together. And at least, I don't give a fuck if it's 5 people owning one club. Confetti's was up for sale. If 3-4 people would have got in on that and bought that motherfucker, guess what? We would have the nightlife we looking for.
Well then, shout out to the black community, man. Let's get to let's pool our money and get us an establishment around here, man.
We got a nice question for him. Back to DJ Ham.
So Ham, because I know like you like to play local music. You know, a lot of our type of DJs do that. You know what I'm saying? How do artists get their music to you?
Man, I send music all the time, all day, every day. Send it to my email, hamgcd18@gmail.com. I'll give you my honest opinion about it. I'm talking about from the beat down to the lyric. And however I feel about it, I'm gonna let you know if you want me to. Yeah, I listen to all that, but I only select a certain.
Hold on. Because now you see how I was feeling.
Right.
Yeah.
When niggas be like, bro, you play my song. For one, I don't even know what it sounds like.
Right.
And two, I don't even know you.
Right.
But I go out on a limb. I give you 30 seconds. If that 30 seconds ain't no good, I'm mixing him off.
Right. That's
Exactly.
exactly.
I'm mixing him off.
So let me ask you, I got a question for both of y'all. And I'm gonna give mine last. Who
Oh,
in your opinion,
Oh,
in
shit.
your opinion,
Oh shit.
who is your favorite artist locally?
Man, I ain't
Love
gotta think about that one, man. My nigga Trill.
Okay, shout out to Trill 6 Block. Shout out to Trill 6 Block. Don't sleep in the building.
It's plenty talent out there.
Right.
You got, it's numerous of talent of people.
Do you follow the youngins? Do you follow the shorties?
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know, if you would have to pick, who you think is the most right now up and coming? Go. Do you think he's out of the young bracket when I say the leaders of the new school? Because you see, we got that thing going on. Leaders of the new school. That's like the team.
I wouldn't say he. I wouldn't say he like. I would still
An entrepreneur on the business side. Go ahead.
I would still say he's a young.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because he's still young. He's still relatively young, and it's not even that. He's a fresher face.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To all of this. You know what I'm saying? 5-6 years ago, you wouldn't hear him.
What about his content? You think?
I like Shorty's content.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like Shorty's content. My thing is this though. I would have to say my favorite artist at this time. Y'all should already know because I be with him damn near every day.
Mo White.
Yeah, Mo White, man. Mo White. Now, like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be totally honest. My man came home in June and turned up, turned completely up. Shot like 5 videos, dropped 3 mixtapes, like bro on the business. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of artists in 1 year span ain't even do that.
Do you think it's a lot because you working with him directly?
Not even that. I just feel like that's dude drive. So
Yeah, I mean, it's
easier to work with an artist who want to do it.
Because they're gonna put the right people around him.
Right, because he already was like, bro, you ain't gonna tell me to go to the studio every day, him and Keys working every day. That's cool. All I gotta do is just sit back and collect the song.
True.
I run to the studio to make sure everything good. We straight. Y'all need some cigars or something. Keep working. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that easy, you know. But again,
Right. I'm a little.
I fuck with my wife too.
Yeah, I fuck with my wife. Listen, my thing is this. I'm so biased. I'm so all over the place, man, because I like a lot of artists, man. I like all the artists up here. Young, older, even Tommy Boy, man. Shout out to Tommy Boy, man, because
look, I told Tommy Boy a long time ago.
The reason being, man, and I'm gonna tell you, he's a different being, man, because to be at the age he at and to take off and even get a platform. He's shorty devoted, a little devoted. You know what I mean? He looked
I knew
devoted.
Tommy Boy was different. I knew bro was different after our meeting at our crib. Like Buddy had a video where he driving himself in an ice cream truck.
I'm trying to tell you.
Who doing that, dog? Like think about it. Artistically, who's doing that?
Nobody, man.
Come on, man. You gotta give credit when it's due.
Exactly. That's why
Everybody shooting the same videos. They in the trap. They doing this cars. This the hotel. Like all that's being done.
Yeah.
This dude didn't even use not near one of them.
You don't know what to expect.
Man, he got a chick in there just leaking ice cream.
Yes.
Like she ain't saying shit.
She got Vanessa V.
She just leaking ice cream.
He got Vanessa V. Shout out to Vanessa V and what they doing over there.
Yeah, shout out to Vanessa V, man.
Hakeem, Nani, what they doing over there. Yes, exactly. They got a label they put together over there, man. Hopefully we can do something with them. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm biased in a lot of ways because I've been here for so long, man. I've been here for so long. I've been here for so long, and it's like the development of the city. I mean, of the town, man. To just see so many artists, to see so much where we didn't have shit when we was getting discriminated against, to where we at right now to even sit here and talk about artists in a room that's set up for us to do our podcast stuff. So I'm so like everywhere with it, and I like a lot of shit that's going on, but to get out of that and get into my own personal space, the artists that I like a lot, man, and shout out to No Sleep, shout out to Trill, Six Block, these my dudes, but Bhoy, man. Bhoy is like, it's like I always had a niche for them in the mob because it's just a different type of, he's the first person to me to really challenge a lot of artists. Lyricists, wow.
I'll say, yeah, I was about to say.
He like tried to bomb. He did something that a lot of artists was, I wouldn't say afraid, I don't want to say that. Part one, I don't want to really say afraid. He just really attacked the craft lyrically. He really challenged a lot of artists lyrically, claimed his crown, and moved out of the way and wait for somebody to respond. That's gangster. That's like, I'm hungry, get the fuck out of my way, and I don't care who hearing it.
All right. So here go my question to hand. Because like I know you seen probably like what was that? Thom, was that this summer when I had put out my top 10?
Yeah.
What's your top 10 in the city?
Top 10 local.
No specific order. Just give me your top 10.
You got a 10?
Top 10.
I'm saying I dropped my top 10. I dropped my top 10 and it made some people mad.
Like old school, new niggas.
Look, anybody
DJ to DJ.
That's what I'm saying. Listen,
Listen.
my personal.
if they from the Bay, I'm talking about Bay music. Top 10.
Okay, well you got different. You know what I'm saying?
It don't matter, bro. It's music. Top 10.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Trill,
Okay.
Bhoy,
Okay.
Trey.
Okay.
Oh shit. Youngster. Don't forget Youngster. Youngster cold too.
Okay.
Man, now y'all done called me.
Yeah, you at 5, so keep going. You got 5 more.
Yeah,
you got 5 more.
Everybody saying they won't come to the Big Bar Lounge. Yeah, haven't said.
Oh, Kyrie, YD.
YD, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 7. You got 3 more.
I'm gonna go with Goldie, of course. Goldie up there with them. And we got Lawrence. A lot of people sleeping on Lawrence.
Yeah, legend. Yeah.
Yes, a lot of people.
Talking about the swole dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hold on, and I'm gonna have to go with my 10th one, the most slept on person in Green Bay.
Who?
Mickey Cash.
Ooh, Mickey on the come up, man.
I'm stepping
Mickey on the come up, man. Mickey on the come up.
I'm editing his video right now. That's what she doing.
That's crazy.
So hold on. So I just want to say this real quick because
Mickey
you know
Cash, I like Mickey
I just made a beat for Mickey. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mickey Cash.
Shout
I
out.
can't wait till your project drops. So
Yes.
definitely wait on that. You know what I'm saying? Because now at first I wasn't too fond of Mickey Cash.
He came off like
You know what I'm saying? He came off real I
Nick
want-
Cannon.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, Corn, that's my homie. You know what I'm saying? So Corn linked us up, him and Rashad linked us up, and I figured out who he was, you know what I'm saying, linked up when he talked to him. I can honestly say, like, I would say he probably in my top 10 up and coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's and I look at I've been knowing Mickey Cash for a while before his little stint, his little stretch, and he pretty sure we get him up here get an interview about it. But for him to come back at the time that he's coming back, he's claiming what he's missing. He's had a baby, you know, he's coming up and a lot of
Fun, because he gotta pick him, like, you gotta pick him motherfucker every 15 seconds.
yeah, I be trying to actually, you know, see what's going on. But yeah, he's the only one that I know that's come out and did what he's doing. He's making up positively his 10 years that he was gone. You know, so he's hungry. He's a hungry individual. He's ready to get it. So I can't wait to get him up there and really pick his head as to see where he at. But yes, he has a lot of heat. You can tell
He got a lot of work to do. We don't work with him, man. We're gonna have him go, bro.
Hey,
He
just like I said,
he's a
like,
loyal individual, man. I mean, just his drive, like Jay said. He met us and filmed with us at 1:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
We called him and said, "Hey,
Yes.
you want to do some filming tonight, bro?
Yes.
What you doing? I'm at work. I'm
Yes.
working third shift." He said, "Come get me."
Yeah.
Nobody is that dedicated, and that's what we're
Yeah.
trying to create here. We trying to find people who want to work from 3 a.m. to 3 a.m., but not work for a factory, not be trapped there. We want to let you work on who you are. If you make hats, if you're creative, if you create, if you do nail polish, we want to have that space for you to do all that there. That's why it get boring, because you doing something somebody else wants you to do. You go to parties because it's their birthday party. You don't never go to a birthday party because it's your birthday party.
You want to do it because
all right, Ham, I got another question for you, man.
uh-oh.
Okay, top 5 lyricists in the bag. Lyricists, because now you know that's a whole other category.
Lyricist.
That's a
That
whole
exists.
other category.
Oh,
That even exists?
I got lyricists.
Actually, it do.
I want to chime in.
Oh, it do.
I want to say.
Who it is? I can say, I know my number one is. I need the four more.
Lyricist.
Who? Yeah. So who you know? Boy. Okay.
Definitely know.
Man, told you that.
Yeah. I would say
You got Kyrie up there. You got YG.
That's the question I wanted to ask about Kyrie. Is Kyrie considered old school now, or is he still like, you know what I mean? Is he an old head? Is Kyrie and YG them considered old heads now? What would you say? What would y'all say collectively?
I wouldn't say old heads as in like washed up.
No. I'm an old head and I'm not washed up. So I'm saying it as far as like.
Yeah, they the old school. They
Okay.
They pushing 30.
Yeah. So they over old head. So kind of taking them up here to the platform to where we at because they doing a lot of the business aspect and stuff.
But that's it, because you know what I'm saying. Like you said, they getting older and they learning the business aspect behind the game.
So they
niggas is positioning themselves to transfer out. You know, you don't want to be stuck in the same rut. Like you said, you don't want to wake up 40 and still trying to rap, bro.
Unless you're Tommy Boy, but it's like
Tommy Boy.
The aspect.
Look, man, Tommy Boy had a run. Tommy Boy been running. So I definitely wouldn't put bro in that category. Not Sorry.
I'm what they call. I'm a renaissance. I'm a 40-year-old rapper. I'm finna show y'all not how to rap, but how to create yourself as a when you say entrepreneur, as an entity, as one person.
Right.
I'm finna be like you remember 7 Days Jr. You remember the Rat Pack? We finna create that energy where each individual stood out and been his own star. We not a group. They wasn't a group. They wasn't a crew. They didn't represent no gang, no mob or nothing. They all brought their own individual craft to the table and created the Rat Pack. So that's what I'm on. I want to rap. I want to sing. I want to dance. I want to have some fun before I die. I don't want to be downtown.
Come on, man. We gotta finish up.
No, I'm gonna help him out with this. You know who a lot of people sleeping on up here, man? A lot of people sleep on the Speedy Spaz.
No, I got somebody else that everybody
Speedy
sleep on.
Spaz.
I got some.
Make hits. I like how to
Listen, man.
As far as the upcoming lyricists, since we're talking about the
I
lyricists.
don't think lyrics is.
You don't think so? I mean, listen to his content. It can just be me.
So he got hits though. He definitely can make hits, but.
All I'm gonna say is this, boss. I'm gonna say one of my favorite lyricists gotta be Blizz.
Liz.
Yeah. From the Ugly Camp.
Oh yeah.
Y'all forgot
Can you play him, Tommy?
Y'all forgot all
Blizz,
about
you
it.
play
Y'all
him
forgot about Blizz, man. Y'all forgot about Blizz.
I never heard him. I want to hear
Like,
him.
hold on. So if we go back like that, you got people like.
But Blizz still making music though.
Sincere.
Yeah.
Blizz still making music though.
I want to see. I want to see.
He ain't got no good visuals.
He ain't got no. I just want to hear the. I want to hear
I ain't
the.
heard nothing. You got Sincere.
I'll say, well, you know, I got my ear too, because
You got Jamari, cold lyrics. And I'm talking about, man, you want to go back like that, but
I wouldn't say bro back like that, because like I said, like bro got his own crew. He got artists, you know what I'm saying? So bro definitely did the right thing and built his team before he put himself out. Most dudes will put themselves out before they build their team.
You know what?
Are you talking about James Brooks?
Check it out.
James Brooks go hard.
Check it out. You know, we ain't thinking. What about Appleton rappers? What about the Appleton like Chucky them down there?
Man, it's great.
What about?
I'm saying.
I know. I'm just saying. What about? This show 43 North.
I love Sonny, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm saying Sonny Brazilio,
Sonny
Kids
Brazilio.
Blizz, I can rock with them. Lump G, I get Lump G.
I love
I get Lump G, but
Oh, you consider Lump an Appleton rapper? Sorry.
No, he technically a Milwaukee rapper, but he stays in Fox City. So
Right.
He labeled as an Appleton rapper.
Appleton rapper.
But yeah, I forgot about him, and I heard about Bill joints. Yeah,
Lump a 40-year-old rapper too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the thing I like about Lump, he's got a business sense.
Yeah.
He know how to go out there and get his money if he can't get it on the show.
I'm about to say, yeah, I'm say that's one thing. I'm about to say, like, I don't look at the age. I look at the content of what the nigga putting down.
Because all the rappers got a rapper, an industry age, and a regular age. And a industry.
Can't forget about Toe, man. Shout out to Toe
Total Barber, yeah. I mean,
I'm saying I ain't get up here in time for the Total Barber, so I don't really know dudes
Toe
like
been
that.
around for a long time. Oh, what about Briscoe? Briscoe
De Niro. You know, I rock with Shorty. I like dog music.
That's big homie, man. I've been knowing Buddy since he was like 15. he was grinding with the De Niro clique with Cash Queen De Niro. She was the first like female artist we ever did a video for. So it's like a Cool Dub line, and we promoted her. And she blew off of that, man. She really, really took it and strapped. She was already hot. You know, not hot, but we kind of, you know, we joined forces and pushed her, man, and it worked. So I've been knowing Buddy for a minute, man. He been hungry ever since he was like 15. Now he just graduated business management. So it's like, Buddy know what he's doing. That's a big boy, man. I thought he was like 18, 19 then. He was only 15. Now, all these years later, you know, he just not graduated college, so it's like, Buddy on his grind, man. He's doing his thing, so. It's a lot of yeah, I know, that's no Speedy Spanish over there, man, doing this thing right there, so. It's a lot of artists up here, man, that we can really go on and on and on with things that, like I say, I want artists to start submitting they music, man. Let us put it on this platform.
Look, man, 43 North Uncut at gmail.com. 43 North Uncut at gmail.com. Send me your music, boss. I told you I'm going to drop a tape in the next 2 weeks.
Yes. Make sure y'all send them joints out.
Let's get this underway, man. Let's get it popping. And then it's going to be like the 43 North tape is going to be so hard because it's going to be hosted by me, Big J, and Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy!
So you know it's going to
Tommy
be cool. Because y'all know I don't do all that shit talking. So I'm going to leave that up to them. You know what I'm saying?
Cause we got a lot to say.
Listen, man, I'm a DJ. I talk with my hands, bro. I don't do all that extra shit.
Look at that. Come on, man. My question is this. Why we couldn't get behind them? Why
lead single on our first mixtape, season 1. This the lead single. We finna piggyback this and bring it back to life, man.
We gonna bring all this shit back to life, man.
Let the world hear.
Yeah, let the world hear. We gonna bring all this stuff back, man. Everything's coming back. We gonna have everybody do everything, man. We got to. It's our job. It's our job. It's our job. Hey, come on, man. This is the baby right here. This is right here. Hey. This is right here, man. This is what you gotta do to get behind your people, man. And support your people. This is how you support your people, man. You go live, you create a platform, you do it like this, you go live everywhere, everybody's paid, you get good people together, you get good guys together, and you promote the local shit, man. Look, this is what we do, man. I'm gonna show y'all how to do this. Since I was the bull that everybody say, oh, Jay doing this, he should not even jump bull. Y'all don't understand me. Y'all don't understand what I got going on. I'm a different man. Like I tell a lot of people, I'm a different type of nigga, man. I'm a different type of black man. I'm a different type of king. Whatever you want to call me, I'm different. I'm different. I know how to pull people together. I know how to show love. I know how to be a bull at times. It's just don't stand in the way of what we got going on, or we will steamroll you with love and kindness and what we need for our community, man. It's a lot of things that's going on out here that y'all don't know about. There's a lot of things that's going on out here that y'all don't check the forecast about. We're gonna do this collectively, man. I got 3 good brothers in here, man. Shout out to DJ Hammer for coming in here, doing his thing, showing his love, man. No, we ain't going yet.
I want to ask Ham a few more questions.
No, I'm just saying.
I got about 2 more questions for Ham, and then I'm gonna leave bro alone.
On my little spiel.
See, now watch it. Now I'm gonna throw Hammer under the bus.
What you gonna do to him?
I'm gonna throw him under the bus.
What you gonna do?
And I'm gonna ask him.
Southern Brazilio, get him on now. I know that's where you going with it.
No, I ain't gonna get him on that.
He's getting on.
I'm finna ask Ham. Yo, top 3 DJs.
Ooh,
right here. No, right here.
Exclude. Well, no, not exclude Trill.
No, if he leave me off his list, he leave me off his list. I'm not gonna take no harm to none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta remember, bro, I'm not the egotistical DJ, bro.
Man, yeah.
Bro.
I tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like,
That's
I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's uncut.
I got a lot of respect for all these DJs up here. DJ Hayes, especially DJ Irish, DJ Russ, DJ Trill. You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? You told brother. But honestly, from the heart, you the only DJ that I respect their music. Like the rest of DJs, they just play stuff that I don't feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's been like that for years. Like, I feel like you'll be on the floor turned up, you know what I'm saying? One song, next 2-3 songs, you gotta walk off the floor now. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and for years it's been like that. Like it's not like
Hey, my man said you gotta walk off the floor.
and like it's not like it's like 1 or 2 times it's like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you might fuck around and pick the wrong selection, okay? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? But every time, like I can't.
So you can't get jiggy with it.
Yeah, right. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like that for years about all the DJs. He was the only DJ that ever played music that I can relate to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you ain't hearing no little baby coming from them or no, you know what I'm saying? No shit that you can play in your car and want to come in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get
you playing niggas 95, 9, you know what I'm saying? Halfway, like, I don't.
Well, I appreciate that though, like a motherfucker.
That's just
I
real
appreciate
shit.
that. I appreciate
But to
that.
piggyback what you're saying, man, like Trill Will for me, like I agree, man. I got a lot of love and respect for a lot of DJs out there. I've done a lot of people know I've done a lot of development work with Hayes. A lot. I'm talking about videography, marketing, flyers, booking events, doing a lot of stuff, having them on big scale tickets. You know, but it's like this area was DJ Hayes. You know what I mean?
Right.
My area collectively abroad was y'all two. You know what I mean? I'm be honest, y'all are only 2 DJs at this point that I'm working with, that I'm gonna work with because I know what you stood for. And that split off into HamG and what he wanted to do. You stood for the artists, you stood for the people.
Right.
It wasn't about the money with you.
Yeah.
That's what to me made me, like, for you, like the most outstanding DJ because you had all those components. You can get the crowd hype. You can do a wedding if you want to. You just choose not to do because you were so focused with the artists.
Right.
And that's what I liked about it. It wasn't about the money with you. Because me and you have even done work where you've seen me taking big hits. You're like, you know what, cuz, don't even trip on it. Let's just go, well, you know what I mean? Or whatever.
Make it up on the next one.
Right, exactly. So you respected my vision, I respected yours, and that's why we where we are today. And then even DJ HamG, you know, him breaking out the way that he broke out, he said it just now. You know, it was because a lot of it comes from you. I watch his templates because we all host together. You know, I host with you, I host with you, I host with Hey, I host with a lot of people. That's why I call myself the host of most is because of y'all.
What y'all think about little bro music behind y'all?
Oh, Iceberg?
Yeah.
You know, he comes. Yeah, he comes. I mean, that's Nathan. Nathan Petty, but Nathan's local, man. You know, it's
one of the coolest videos I've
yes.
seen.
Video wise, I think it's a dope video, but we gonna talk about bars and lyrics.
Yeah.
That go that.
I give it like a 5.5.
Auto-tune, I don't like auto-tune. I don't like auto-tunes because it takes away it makes the artist lazy.
It's not even that, you don't have no voice texture, bro. You sound like a computer. You sound like everybody else.
I mean, I think if you go like your own harmonize, like Bone did, like Thom and HamG did their own harmonize. That's where this come from. That's where a lot of Zap and all that come from.
I'm gonna be honest with you too though. Like if you listen to Kevin Gates, dude harmonized on his own shit.
Yeah, man, he's a songbird. You know what I mean? So you got if he got right now, if he take away the auto-tune and practice that craft on his own tone, that's what an artist like him would have needed to do because he was hot with that. This is a cold ass video. He was the only one that was probably able to get out here in this cold and still stay going with it. You know what I mean? It's a good look, but the auto-tune, that just, I'm old fashioned. Call me old fashioned, call me whatever. I'm just like an old dinosaur, man.
Listen. I have no issue with how the youth like to listen to their music, boss. I have no issue with that. But at the same time, I'm not gonna listen to no music where it don't give you no direct identity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have no direct identity. It's like you sound like, okay, so music. Everybody know who Money Man sound like.
Future.
Okay. Who Designer sound like? Future. All right, keep going. See what I'm saying? Everybody got the same. Come on, bro. Like, if I can't hire Future, I'm gonna go get Designer. If I can't go get Designer, I'm gonna go get Money Man. You know what I'm saying? Like. As a culture, you know what I'm saying? Or as an old head, I want to kind of steer the youth away from sounding like.
That's why I like the youth that we have right now. And I'm going to tell you something. Like Finesse Cam, Debo, Lil Chevy, a lot of these boys, they talking about stuff. They talk, I'm telling you, to be honest, watch the leaders of the new school, how the way we roll that shit out. These little young cats is talking about substance. They talking about what they going through, being a product of their environment. They got broke up with their girlfriend, where they want to go in life. I'm talking about they really right now. It ain't none of this club bangers. It's like pure what they've been through and what they overcame here in this community. You know what I mean? So it's a lot, man. It's a lot that's going on, man, with these artists. But not taking nothing away from. This was probably by far the best video last summer when it dropped.
Oh, the video is so cool.
I'm talking about the visuals. In my opinion, that's just my opinion.
And you know what?
Take that from.
Can I give an opinion? I'm behind the camera right now. I want to be more behind him. But make a long story short, the reason I like it, because I watched this young brother craft this. And I watched this young brother. Me personally, I got a personal passion for that song because he was in Hubert and he was singing to me the American Foods on the line. I got the song, I can't wait. And I watched him when he met up with Prince Trey and talked about the video. So it's like,